Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a good day and week and holiday season. Um, I wanted to do the by now annual New Year's video where we look back on the past year and also look to some degree into the future and see, sort of reflect on where we've been and where we're going. I want to begin, as always, by saying thank you to everyone out there who has been watching and engaging with the content. This has been another year of course, of growth for the channel, but above all, and most importantly, of course, where the community itself has grown and become stronger. I feel so honored to be part of this community of not just of fellow content creators on YouTube and other platforms, but also the wider community with the audience as well. I think it's just one of the most beautiful things, and I love my audience. I think my audience is incredibly, you guys, I'm talking directly to you. I realize you guys are incredibly intelligent and kind. I think I've said this before, but when you start a channel about religion, which is such a contentious topic, you kind of expect the comment section to be like a battlefield, like just a mess. And it really isn't. Most of the time, at least. You guys are so kind to each other and intelligent, and there are wonderful, interesting discussions going on in the comments. You are very supportive of me and each other. It's incredible. So I just want to say thank you so much to everyone in this community for making this channel what it is, because without you, this thing wouldn't exist, right? It's a collaborative effort. We're here to learn and be nerds together, right? We're here to, I may be the one speaking and you're the one listening, but really it's a sort of, it's a venture of learning together, right? I'm learning as much as you are as we're doing this. So it's a beautiful thing. So thank you all so much. A special thank you, of course, also to my patrons over on patreon.com who support the channel monetarily, also without whom this would not be possible, of course. So thank you to everyone who supports this channel. It's been a wonderful year. We've done a lot of really fun stuff, really cool stuff. I think the year started off with the big Neoplatonism collab, which was very successful and very much appreciated. I always enjoy working with people that I admire and that make not only inspire me in that way, but also make me a better person, a better content creator, a better, whatever you want to call it, a better public educator, perhaps. Working together is one of the greatest experiences of doing this whole thing, because this job can get somewhat, lonely sometimes. And to have such great people to work with in the YouTube community, like Justin Sledge from Esoterica and Zevislav in Secrets of Unity, Andrew Henry, Religion for Breakfast, Angela Puka from Angela Symposium. I worked together with Dana Trell from The Modern Hermeticist. I've worked with John Vervaeke on the Neoplatonism collab. All of these people that I've had the privilege to work with over the year, really, working together with such great people is one of the things that makes this job so rewarding and so meaningful and wonderful in different ways. So thank you, all of the people whom I've had the privilege to work with over the year as well. It's been a beautiful experience. This past year has also been a year of travel for me, and again, that's another thing that I've said that I wanted to do more, is sort of do on location stuff. And we traveled quite a lot this year. We went to Tunisia in January. And shot some great footage, did a whole documentary about Sufism in Tunisia. And again, and I say this a lot, and I'm going to continue to say it because it really is true. None of that would, of course, be possible without your support as well, especially on my Patreon. So again, thank you for that. So we did a documentary in Tunisia about the Sufis there. A beautiful experience. I got to meet some of the audience there too, which was wonderful. A bit later, we also traveled to Spain, to Andalusia, southern Spain, to Seville and Cordoba. and got some footage there as well in a similar vein. And they were also beautiful experiences. I've said before, I want to venture more into doing sort of documentary stuff and on location content. And those were sort of some test runs for what can be done with that stuff. And I think it went pretty successfully. Above all, it was a lot of fun to gather my own footage, like on location. I'm talking about this old mosque or this saint, and I'm standing in the place where that happened. It's a different thing, right, than sitting at home just talking about it and showing you images that someone else took. So I want to definitely continue doing that stuff in the future. We have some plans for future travels next year, and we'll see how that goes. You never know with everything that's going on in the world, of course. But there are some plans for future travel and more documentary style content like that for you to look forward to and for me to look forward to. Of course, during the summer, we also traveled to Amsterdam or to the Netherlands. And I got to meet in person some of my great colleagues, particularly Justin Sledge and Zevislavin. And we had a wonderful time there. Justin was lecturing at the Embassy of the Free Mind in Amsterdam. And so we spent some time there together and had it's the first time we meet in person, and we'd had the best of times. And also one of the most beautiful moments from that trip was getting to meet some people from the audience too. We had when Justin had his lecture there, it was sort of we just hung out in the garden. It was a beautiful moment, a beautiful evening. We were all hanging out in the garden at the Embassy of the Free Mind there in Amsterdam, among the books, all the old sort of occult, esoteric books in the Rittman Library upstairs. And we got to sort of meet some of the audience members out there, right? We got to had some beautiful conversations, and it really showed. Some of those meetings, some of those conversations really showed us, and we talked about this afterwards, that what we do actually has an impact, and that was very meaningful to us. Especially meeting some, I don't think I'm going to name names here. We met some younger audience members, some younger fellow religious studies, esoteric and nerds, that really showed us that stuff you do on the internet has an impact on people, and that really inspired us and continues to inspire us. And that was a very beautiful, beautiful moment. Then, of course, we met up with Angela Puka in Malmö, in Sweden, for the conference for Western esotericism there. So, for my own part, it's been a continuing year of making content that I'm very proud of. We did the new Sufism video. We did a big episode on Rumi that I've been thinking about doing for years and years, and I finally got around to doing it, which came out really well. Safa, who read the Song of the Reed very beautifully in that video, is also a person I met in that garden at the Embassy of the Free Mind, and she gave me a reading of Hafez, which, one of my favorite moments of the year probably. So thank you, Safa, also for that reading, but also for the beautiful reading in the Rumi video in particular. We sort of started a series on mysticism, you could say, starting with the new video on Sufism, continuing with the video on Christian mysticism. And the next video, the first video, hopefully it's going to come out this year, next weekend, is going to be a sort of continuation of that series, video on Jewish mysticism. So a big video, and I'm going to bring some of those friends I mentioned along for the ride too. So it's not just going to be focused on Kabbalah, which is what most people think of when they think of Jewish mysticism, but more broadly. So it's an ambitious and long video, so you can look forward to that. It's going to be really fun. In summary, it's been a beautiful year for the channel. Had some beautiful experiences traveling and meeting colleagues, friends, and fans. And also just seeing this community grow further has just continued to inspire me to keep working and keep putting content out there. As many of you know, also it's been a year where I've done some new music. I put out a new song recently called Isthmus, and I've continued to be active on my other channel, which is also growing, which is just under my own name called Philip Holm. So if you're interested in my music stuff, then definitely go check out that channel. I plan to keep being active in terms of that next year too. There's going to be some new music coming out, which I'm very excited about. So the future is looking very exciting in many ways. I have a lot of projects that I've been working on that are sort of coming to fruition in different ways, and that's very cool. In terms of next year, my aspirations, my hopes are to continue growing this channel, of course, continuing to make music content over on the other channel, both putting out my own music, but also talking about music. So I do similar content there to what I do here, talking about, religions and philosophers and stuff. But there I talk about sort of music and musicians and composers and stuff like that in a similar vein. The topics sometimes really overlap. So the last one I did was on Bach and sort of Bach's metaphysics, which could have been a Let's Talk Religion video, but I chose to do it there. The next one's going to be a video about Coltrane, so John Coltrane, and his sort of philosophy of music. So I'm doing similar stuff there to what I'm doing here, but with a more particular focus on music, as well as putting out my own music. So I'm going to keep trying to live in that world also next year a bit more, while still being just as active here on Let's Talk Religion. There are some exciting projects in the works, like the one on Jewish mysticism. I'm doing probably a remake of the Zoroastrian video from a few years ago, both because the production value of my videos have gotten better, so I want to do just a better looking and sounding video on Zoroastrianism, but also because both the research in general and my knowledge of the topic has certainly increased. So there's some stuff that can definitely be updated with that. We're going to continue exploring more stuff in Sufism and mysticism, different philosophers, all the stuff that you're used to. We're going to keep chugging along with all of that content, as well, hopefully, as more travel content. So not travel vlogs, but like we've done last year, like documentary style videos about maybe different locations, maybe people, but like shot on location, like the one in Tunisia or the one in Seville, for example. So I hope to see you next year. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Thank you all again so much. I really am so honored to be doing this. It's a dream job in many ways, to be able to just learn and talk about the stuff that I'm passionate about and have people to do it with, both in terms of the audience, you guys, but also all of my wonderful colleagues and fellow content creators that I admire and that inspire me so much. So thank you all so much. If you want to follow me on my socials, I will leave the stuff here or something. There's a Twitter thing, and I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. You can follow those if you want to. Check out my other channel again, Philip Holm, if you want to know sort of my music. There's going to be a link tree also if you want to find all the different links to my stuff in the description. I have a website too that's also going to be there. Anyway, above all, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope the year has treated you well and been meaningful in different ways. Even if it hasn't been the best year. Sometimes we have good years, sometimes we have bad years, but hopefully there has been stuff that you have learned from the experiences of this year, whether they be good or bad, and that it has been meaningful to your life in some way. That, I think, is the most important thing. Certainly, you guys being there has been very meaningful to me. So I hope next year holds a lot of meaning and beauty for you as well. And Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, everyone. And I'll see you next year.